Hi everyone, today I'm going to share my top tips if you want to declutter. You could definitely say decluttering is a hobby for me. The first tip is something I've taken from The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, and I highly recommend you read that book if you want to get inspired to declutter your space. The book itself is full of amazing information, but the main thing for me that I really took from it is the phrase, does it spark joy? When you pick up an item, just ask yourself if you really truly love it and enjoy it. And if not, unless it's something that you absolutely have to keep for practical reasons, then why should you be holding on to it? My second tip is to tidy alone. This always happens with me and my mum. Say I pick up a piece of clothing and I know I've not worn that piece of clothing in a year, and I know I'm not going to wear it again, and I know it doesn't suit me and I just don't like it. My mum will be like, oh my god, that's so lovely, like that, look at that, I bet that looks amazing on you. And I'm like, Mum, it really doesn't, and it's really not my style. And she's like, no, you have to keep that. You can't have that constant interruption of people. I know it sounds rude and it might offend people if they ask you if they can, you know, come along to tidy with you. But honestly, I would just get it out the way by yourself, and then anything that you do have left over, if they love it that much, they're more than welcome to keep it for themselves. My third tip is to tackle it all at once as much as you can. For example, your clothes. Get all your clothes out your wardrobe, all out your drawers, your gym bag, like all the little places in your house where you have clothes. Get them all out at once and tackle them all at once. I find doing it in categories like that just gets it all done, and it avoids clutter in the future because you can really take stock of what you have. My next tip is more of a principle to try and live by, and that is to make everything have its own place. Clutter is kind of born from something not having a place and it just being thrown wherever it can be fitted into a drawer, crammed full of other stuff that doesn't have a place. So if you kind of designate areas of your room or areas of your home for certain things and try to keep everything together, you will lose things and misplace things less because you know exactly where it is, and B, stuff is much less likely to be thrown around and your space will look so much tidier. Another principle I try to live by, I'm very protective of new things coming into my space. If you want a clutter-free, tidy space, then you really have to be careful on how much you're bringing into it, because there's only so much room you can store things and for it to look neat without it, you know, piling up again and getting back to that point where you need another declutter. I highly recommend sitting down and planning what items you're going to buy, because that way you're not going to hoard certain things that you might already have. You're also going to save yourself money and time, and it's just so much of a simpler way to live your life. This also applies to people giving you things. I'm not really talking about gifts because they're very special, and of course everyone loves to receive gifts and be grateful for their family and friends. I'm more talking about people, and we all have them in our lives, who literally just throw off all their crap that they don't need onto you and think of it as like something good. Like, oh, I've got this, like, do you need this? Because I'm just throwing it out. When people do that with me, most of the time I just politely say, like, that's okay, like I've got more than enough clothes or more than enough makeup or whatever, and you know, please could you perhaps give it to charity instead, or ask someone else who genuinely might want it. And my last tip, I know a lot of people who love decluttering also love storage systems, and whilst I definitely get very excited about going to IKEA and looking at all the little drawers and little plastic bins that you can organise stuff in, I have not bought any new storage. That might sound crazy because a lot of these like Pinterest hacks for storage, like how to get a perfectly organised wardrobe or a perfectly organised makeup collection or whatever, have all these little storage things that they buy, and honestly most of the time you probably don't need it. For example, I found with my makeup collection, I had this old little drawer and I hated it. I thought it was really ugly because it was made of cardboard. So over the years it got bits of makeup on it and it was just not very nice looking anymore. And I too wanted the Muji drawers, but I thought I'm going to wait and see what my space is like when I've cleared out my big chest of drawers, which is like part of my fitted vanity furniture. And once I cleared out my wardrobe, I gave so many clothes away to charity and to friends that I had a full drawer left to put all my makeup in, and it was amazing because I didn't have to buy anything new, and it also meant that I had more space on top of my vanity area. So it just makes my space look cleaner and less cluttered. I highly recommend giving your space a big declutter and then afterwards think, okay, what 1 or 2 things might I want to purchase to make my space more organised. You'll probably find that lots of little drawers and cupboards here and there will be completely emptied because you've thrown away so much stuff that the stuff that you wanted to buy storage for can go in there. So those are my top tips for a clutter-free and tidy space. I really hope you enjoyed them and you get some use out of them. If you did like this video and you'd like me to do more organisation type stuff in future, please give this video a thumbs up so I know people liked it. And please leave me a comment letting me know what kind of organisation tips you want to see next, whether it's for a specific thing or whatever. So I will definitely be taking your requests and writing them down. And thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this and I will see you in my next video. Bye!